What's up, y'all? What's up? What's going on? What a beautiful day, man. My chair's not working. There we go. What a beautiful day. I mean, these past 2 days, man, I can't keep a smile off my face. We got Joel Embiid, the greatest player to ever walk the earth, draining a buzzer beater three to put the series out of hand. And then my other team tonight, after making me sad, come back after the Wolves were already throwing another parade for their win and came back down 26 and then down like 21 or 17. They did two comebacks in one game, man. Woo! Man, it was a night John Morant wasn't scoring the ball that well. He was doing everything else he needed. His heart was in that. Everyone stepped up when they needed to. Oh, man. That game just finished, and man, that was inspiring. That was inspiring basketball right there. That was good stuff. Even if I wasn't a fan, I'd love every second of that. These are two teams that love to talk. Two teams that will let you know how they're feeling, and Grizzlies have gotten the better half of that so far. Still a long series. Far from over. It'll be a fun series. The opposite of far from over. The Sixers and the Raptors. I mean, Joel Embiid is Joel Embiid. That offense run. The offense in the overtime showed how important James Harden is to this team, because the half-court offense, the play setup was really bad. We were putting up ill-advised shots, just not good, but gosh darn it, we got the shot when we needed it, and that's all that matters. But if James Harden was in that game, we wouldn't have, if he didn't get fouled out, we would not have needed that last shot, because we would have just been able to move the ball much better. And that's why he's so important to this run. Because there were Tyrese did a great job as point guard. Great job in the beginning of the year. A position that's not his. He's not a floor general. He's a playmaker, bucket getter. That's who he is. And there were times where the overall movement was very choppy. And you would want some guy to command the floor, and James Harden has been that plus more. So yeah, amazing. Bulls. This might be a quicker episode. This is just initial reactions. I might go back to the other games, but we're going with the flow here. Bulls. Didn't watch this game, but DeMar DeRozan, man, he can hoop. 41. Willed them to win. The injuries are a big thing, but I'll get to them a little later, because there's been a few, and we can talk about how each team's going to deal with them. Pelicans pulling upset win, steal a game. Bulls and Pelicans saying, hey, this ain't over. This is not over. So it'll be interesting to see how, we can just get into this now, how those two injuries will affect those two teams. And I just want to dive into that a little bit. Let's start with the Suns. Devin Booker is out. A few weeks, I believe it was 3 or 4 weeks, something like that. Just bad blow, right? And I was like, oh, they're definitely not getting past the second round, which I don't think is real. I was just talking from the moment there. If their team is so deep that it's possible, of course it gets much harder, because Devin Booker is such an amazing player. First half of his career was all, not first half, like a big chunk of his career was all, he's an empty stats guy, no wins, and now he's like a huge part in a championship level team. So his loss is huge, and I'm looking forward to see who steps up. Because similar to like, there's teams in the tiers of like the Suns, the Grizzlies. It's just who's gonna step up. The Heat, I have some of that. Like they're just so deep that any one person could step up and kind of carry them to where they need to be. So I think the Suns will be fine for now. I think they can get away with it. So it looks like they'll probably get the who's the 4-5? Is that the Mavericks and Jazz? Yeah. I think that's the Mavericks and Jazz. Yeah, so yeah, Mavericks and Jazz. They'll be. I mean, if Luka comes back and he's like on, he definitely has a shot because he's Luka. And the team has been playing really well, really well. Jalen Brunson has been unbelievable. The addition of Spencer Dinwiddie is looking like a real good one for them. Just real solid. Maxi Kleba, all these guys can step up. Another injury thing. So I think it's not panic time for the Saints, but it's something you want to be careful of. And now you're a lot more skeptical and kind of the race is up in the air, which is good. It's fun. It's not good that they're injured, of course, but it's fun to have like you don't know who's going to the finals, which is the real fun part about this year because there's so many good teams that you could pick a lot of teams, and it's a little less now because now we're kind of in the weed out phase. But there was a lot of teams that you could be like, I could see them winning. Like, I can see the Celtics winning it all. I can, believe it or not, I can see the Nets winning it all. I can see the Sixers winning it all. I can see the Warriors winning it all. I can see the Suns. The Grizzlies, if they fully get their act together. The Bucks, just like, just all these teams, like, the Heat, actually, you know what I mean. My apologies, I'm exhausted, but we're gonna truck through this. We're getting through this. So yeah, to the Bucks. Chris Middleton out 3 to 4 weeks with an MCL sprain. That's a big one. That's a big one, and of course you have Giannis. So it's like, of course, like the Suns, it's not a big it's not panic time. But it's a problem. It's a problem. Hopefully he can come back soon because you never want to see that. But the series, the Bulls Bucks series, isn't going to be like a runaway like we all predicted. No, at least I don't think so. You never know what could happen. So yeah, that'll be interesting. I'm excited for these playoffs. Big thing. So with me, after I don't really watch like ESPN or Fox or all the big when it comes to like the talking heads of basketball. But I do after like a big Sixers win because I like to gas myself up, make myself pumped up, hearing everybody say good things about the win kind of thing, and just like the amount of negativity. Like, they want to do anything they can to not give the Sixers, like, not let them have their moment. Like, Joel was good. He hit the shot, but James Harden. Oh, James Harden. He's not like the one that we saw in Houston. Well, duh. That was that was years ago. Of course you're not going to see that. And he adapted his role. He's a point guard now. He's not a shooting guard that's just there to get you buckets. ISO ball is not going to win the Sixers a championship. These are the same people beginning of the year saying, oh, you have two guys playing iso ball and Joel and Harden. You can't win from that. Well, now that he's not playing iso ball and he's distributing at a very high level, he's throwing like 10 assists per game. It's like, oh, we haven't seen the same James Harden. He hasn't put up the amount of shots he usually does. And he's still scoring fairly efficiently. It's fun. Like, we're getting wins, and they're like, oh, the Raptors aren't gonna be like this good, and I'm like, the Raptors aren't this good compared to other teams, and then you have the Heat beating up on the Hawks, who have one of the worst defensive I've ever seen with Clint Capella out and John Collins not fully healthy and all. It's like, it's not. It's the first round. It's gonna be easier for some teams, but like, we've for the most part we've handled the Raptors when people thought that this would be a series, and it's the same people saying these things. It's hypocritical. It's annoying. I wouldn't say discouraging because I don't really care what they say. It's just annoying. It's annoying. Yeah. So Grizzlies, back to Minnesota for Game 4. Really, this is the time to put your stamp on the series. Of course, 3-1 series have been beat several times before, but it's a good stranglehold of the series. It'll be good. The Nets Celtics series. So let's go to that. I'm jumping around, but let me. What a like. During my predictions, I said I'm not gonna bet against KD and Kyrie. Well, Jason Tatum has put KD in prison. I mean, this is like the worst playoff series he's ever had, and they're stopping. They have shut down Kevin Durant, which no one has. I'm like, I think he had like 27 points, but it was like free throws and whatnot. But he was shooting bad. That Boston defense is terrifying. It's terrifying. It's like the more and more I see the Celtics, I'm like, they could win it all, and I hate saying it, but like, they could win it all. It would not be surprising to me. It would be terribly sad, but it would not be surprising. That team, they're legit. They are legit. It's kind of crazy how it all clicks. Ime Udoa gets a huge props for that because they were terrible. They were bad. They were getting beat by anyone and everyone, and then just snap fingers. They're like the hottest team in basketball, still rolling. Still 2-0. Series not over, so it'll be interesting to see how Brooklyn responds, and if Ben comes back, you get some defense to put on Tatum and Brown. Just like some extra help. I don't know how much offensive help you're gonna get from him. You'll have it'll help distribute the ball because when I was talking about the Joel and Harden iso ball, that's what that now doesn't happen. That's what KD and Kyrie are doing. It's like, you get yours, I'll get mine. You get yours, I'll get mine, which is like cute, but like, as we see against like a series against really good teams, it's just not sustainable. It's not. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the Nets getting eliminated. And then the Celtics, if the Celtics move on, they'll have a really good chance against the Bucks as well. Yeah. I think I talked about all I really want to talk about. The Nuggets and Warriors are tied in the first quarter. Nuggets gotta win this, or it's a problem. it's a problem. But I'm probably gonna end this one short. Cause your boy is tired, and yeah. So yeah, I'm happy. I hope y'all happy. Sixers, we can make a run. We can make a run. Let's do it this year. Let's go party on Broad Street. How about it? All right. Peace out, y'all.